Komarica Irrigation Scheme. Successful story for participatory irrigation management in Kandakayataya. Divisional Irrigation Engineers Division in Abadola District, Yuva Province, of Sri Lanka. Although, the Megahakitala Divisional Secretariat Division in Badola District, this Komarica irrigation scheme has been identified as a stricken poverty area in Sri Lanka. Komarica irrigation scheme is fed by the diversion weir across Lkaloya. But, we are going to tell you a completely different story. According to historical information, history of Komarica irrigation scheme goes back to the days of King Kumarasinha. History says that Komarica Ella diversion and supply canals were constructed to supply water 100 acres of land belonging to the Muthayangana scheme. During the period 1965 to 1970 and from 1970 to 1977, the length of these canals was extended, and more agricultural lands were irrigated. The diversion structure was damaged by floods in 1989, and the present diversion structure was reconstructed in 1993. This diversion, which crosses the Lkaloya, does not have a large catchment, and therefore, it can be considered a unique irrigation project as it feeds the farmlands only from the water received on catchment. Although the annual rainfall in Sri Lanka is 1,500 mm, this area receives less than 300 mm of rainfall during the second cultivation season, called Yala season, from March to September. As a result, it is challenging to cultivate during the Yala season. As a solution, framers introduced rotational cultivation. Farmers in the head end of the canal are used to cultivate one Yala season and the other year rotated cultivation to tail end farmers of the canal. In this regard, the Project Management Committee in collaboration with farmers' organizations decided that it would be appropriate to use participatory irrigation concepts to find out a solution to improve land and water productivity. They decide to cultivate any other non-paddy byproduct using the less water available during the Yala season. They have to find answers to two major problems that arise selecting a crop that can be grown using a minimum amount of water and obtaining the necessary technical knowledge for finding suitable market if there is no definite market to sell these products. In the Yala season, farmers decided maize cultivation is suitable as a solution to the above two issues as a minimum amount of water is required for it. But the technical knowledge required for procurement of machinery, supply of seeds and fertilizers, the Irrigation Department involved this matter, such as providing financial facilities and obtained advice and facilities from other institutions in connection with the line agencies. The Irrigation Department came initiated to find a suitable market to sell farmer production and found buyers in connection with private companies to sell their produce through forward sales agreement. Farmers were encouraged and motivated to join together, and show their ability to cultivate full extent during the Yala season. Finally, farmers received a good price for the harvest through contracts and received technical inputs and awareness to increase the yield. In addition to this, these people who were suffering from poverty due to intercropping with minimal water use for the intermediate season have inherited a wonderful life today. They were under pressure from farmers' loans and are now living happily ever after. Even the maintenance of this canal is done jointly by the Department of Irrigation and farmers' organizations. Maintenance of main canal is carried out by the Department of Irrigation and maintenance of field canals is done by farmers' organizations with the pride of enriching lives through participatory irrigation management.